We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney.
On first down, Scott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Over. Leopard. Over.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Gun.
Jackson from the shotgun. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That's taken on the 25. The great blocking nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Off of play action, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run on 1st down. Scott, and he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, that's pretty much how they teach as a DB. Hit it and have some force with it. Yet he still caught the football and got the yardage he needed.
A little deflating?
Very much so.
Defensively.
Yeah, because you're trying to police up that area, and you don't want them to come in there, and you're hoping some good hard tackles will keep them out of there. In this case, he just said it.
And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because...
And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. They give them a gain of 37. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Detroit! Detroit! Now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Get there, tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a... They come out here in the eye.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On 3rd down, that's Carson. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have recovered. They find some open field here. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
He's got a man complete. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Detroit!
Now Jackson throwing again. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it with Penning. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
So that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And they'll go on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through it. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event,
and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
And they'll run it here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4th. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback.
And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Escaping the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This one complete to Christian Kirk, and he'll go down at the 28. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold rolling to his right. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Back to throw, Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Jackson. Gonna throw again. Trying to lay one up deep. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey! Hey, watch it! Gun!
To throw is Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards on the play. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. So we've come upon halftime with a visit. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 37. A huge play there for Arizona. 43 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And this will be incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Detroit!
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. David Johnson here on the catch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else. End up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Flush to his right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Dumping it off for Johnson. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Here's another of the Cardinal backs. This is David Johnson. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Play action. It's Darnold. Steps away to his left. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Darnold now to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, this from 39. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all their advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Jackson throwing on third and long. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. In for the score. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Detroit! Gun!
Jackson from the shotgun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 319. Leopard.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Space to run past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what do you get, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 3rd and 1, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And incomplete, a disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off just shy of midfield. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he'll go down at the 28. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Jackson back to the air on 2nd down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Here's Jackson, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it, and to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll go on the ground. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. Now Darnold, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10.
Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, Jackson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a 1st down. And Jackson throwing once more. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Jackson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. Third and long. They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And out now come the Seahawks. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And Darnold wants to throw the football. Flushed out right. And his throw here's incomplete.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. On third down, that's Wallace, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot. No, check, Patriot, Patriot.
And they'll run it here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Detroit!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 2nd down, Darnold. That is caught inside the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it.